Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Shannon and this is Shannon's Book Nook. And today we're doing my February TBR and we're letting Yahtzee decide what books I'm going to read. So before we get into the roles, I do have some books that I'm hoping to get fit onto my TBR, but if they don't, if I don't roll a prompt that will fit for these books, at the end of the video, after I'm done doing my 5 rolls, I will just come back and tell you about those books that I need to get read this month for buddy reads and book clubs and all that fun stuff. So let's get into the rolls. Okay, so here we go with the first roll. Remember, the goal is to try to get a straight line. So from last month, I have these 4 covered. If I could get this one for this month, then I would be able to clear the board and start over next month. So let's see what we get. That's a 6. So 2 6s, 2 2s, and a 4. I'm going to try and keep the 2 2s and roll the rest. Okay, I got another 2, so I'm going to keep that one and hope for another 2. Well, this one is on a 2/1, so I'm going to make it a 2. So we did clear the board for next month, but I'm going to keep the board the way it is. So I'm going to cover this one, and we got an audiobook. Okay, so for my first roll, we got an audiobook, which when I was trying to decide what audiobook I wanted to read, I do have a couple audiobooks checked out on the Libby app, and I'm going to go with one of those. And this also works because February is Black History Month. So this works for that as well. So I'm going to read Let Us Descend by Jasmine Ward. So I I personally don't know much about this, so I'm going to read the synopsis. But I have heard great things from the people who have read this, and I'm super excited for it. So it says, inscribing rebirth and reclamation into the darkest chapters of American history, this searching novel follows a young enslaved girl who is sold south by the white enslaver who fathered her. As she descends from the rice fields of the Carolinas to the heart of a Louisiana sugar plantation, she encounters a land, the rich yet unforgiving forests, swamps, and rivers of the American South, that is teeming with spirits of earth and water, of myth and history, spirits who nurture and give, and those who manipulate and take. From one of the most singularly brilliant and beloved writers of her generation, Let Us Descend is Jasmine Ward's most transcendent novel yet, a masterwork for the ages. I'm super excited to read this one. And this cover's cute. It has a little bee on it, and then there's like different pictures within the bee. So I love that. Super excited to read Let Us Descend. All right, so now roll number 2 can be anywhere. Let's see what we get. Wow. A 3, 4, 5, 6 is a small straight, but that's already covered up. I do have a large straight over here. If I could try to get a 2, I'm going to try that because I still technically have my chance. So let's see if I can get lucky. That's not lucky.
One more roll. Give me a 2. Hey, there's a 2. So that's a large straight. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we're going with other genre.
All right, for this next book, I landed on a large straight, and that means I have to read a book in an other genre that was not on the board. So I'm going to go with this contemporary novel, The Lagos Wife by Vanessa Walters. This is actually a book that was sent to me by the publishers. Since I'm an Atria partner, Atria has sent this to me, which I'm very thankful for. So I'm going to read the synopsis for you now so we know what this book, a little bit about this book. So, Nicole O'Rourke has the perfect life, a handsome husband, a palatial house in the heart of glittering Lagos, Nigeria, and a glamorous group of friends known as the Niger Wives, a community of foreign women married to wealthy Nigerian men. But when Nicole disappears without a trace from after a boat trip, the cracks in her so-called perfect image start to show. As the investigation turns up nothing but dead ends, her estranged auntie Claudie decides to take matters into her own hands. In Niger, she digs into her niece's life and uncovers a hidden side filled with dark secrets, isolation, and even violence. But the more she discovers about Nicole, the more Claudine's own buried history threatens to come to light. An inventively told and keenly observant thriller with nothing where nothing is as it seems. The Lagos Wife offers a razor sharp look at the bonds of family, the echoing consequences of secrets, and whether we can ever truly outrun our past. Okay, I didn't realize this was a thriller. It literally says on there, thriller. I thought this was a contemporary. I might need to find something to replace it. You know what? I'm just gonna decide to keep it because I need to get this read for Atria anyways. So, and I looked on Goodreads. It does say that it's a contemporary as well. So I'm gonna keep it.
Okay, next roll. Roll number 3. We have a 2 threes, a 4, a 1, and a 6. Oops. Okay. So 2 threes and 2 1s is indie. Let's keep. We also have thriller. Anything else? Random letter generator, 3 threes. Okay, so I'm going to keep the 3s, obviously, and I'm going to roll everything else and see what we get. Okay. This one's a 5, another 3, and a 4. Okay, so 3 threes. I get one more roll. I'm going to try for... Do I want to try? Yeah. Okay, I got 3 4s. So that's a thriller.
Well, you know, I don't even know what to say. So I landed on thriller, and I've already got a thriller on my list apparently. Anyways, okay, so I am going to read The Astrology House by Corinne Jade. This is also a Atria book that was sent to me. I am working very hard on getting caught up on all of the different arcs that I have. So we're going to power through. The astrology house, it says Welcome to the astrology house where murder is written in the stars. Margot needs a minute. She's been working 80-hour weeks as a newly minted partner at her law firm. She's disconnected from her brother, the only family she has left, and she's not pregnant after years of trying. The Stars Harbor astrological retreat promises rest, relaxation, and wisdom for Margot and her friends. With Instagram worthy views and nightly astrology readings in a impeccably restored waterfront Victorian house, this getaway should be nothing but idyllic fun. For Margot's brother Adam, it's the perfect opportunity to rekindle the romance that fuels his writing, but his wife, Amy, hides the darkest of her past with a beautiful social media feed. Their friend Farah is a successful doctor who cannot admit that she's losing control. Yet no one holds a greater secret than the astrologer host, Rennie, who has her own plan for the guests. I'm intrigued and I'm excited to read the astrology house.
All right, roll number 4. Let's go. Wow, that's a lot of 5s and 2 6s. So that is currently not on the board. That's a full house. That's already been used. So I'm going to keep the 5s, I think. Let's double check. And yeah, okay, I'm going to keep the 5s and I'm going to roll one more time. We have a couple of different things. We have 5-star prediction is 4 5s. We have 3 5s, which I have right now, which would be romance. I'm okay with that. Anything else? That's really it. So I'm going to try and roll one more time for a 5-star prediction. Okay, there we go. And you know what? I might just go ahead and roll one more time because if I get a Yahtzee, it's a mood read. So there's no harm in trying to roll one more time. Okay, so it didn't work out in my favor, but that's okay. So I have a 5-star prediction. Awesome.
Okay, why is a 5-star prediction so hard to pick? I thought this was going to be easy, but then I feel like it puts a lot of pressure on myself and the book if I say this is a 5-star prediction and then it just doesn't end up being that, especially because this is a book that I feel like is really hyped on social on social media. So I'm hoping I'm hoping this is a good pick. I've heard good things about this duology. Okay, let's just show. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. This is book 1 in the Shepherd King duology. I think a lot of people think this book is kind of just okay and they like it, but like I guess book 2 is what really brings it home. So Elspeth needs a monster, and the monster might be her. Elspeth Spindle needs more than luck to stay safe in the eerie Mistlock kingdom of Blunder. She needs a monster. She calls him the Nightmare, an ancient mercurial spirit trapped in her head. He protects her, he keeps her secrets. But nothing comes for free, especially magic. When Elspeth meets a mysterious highwayman on the forest road, her life takes a dramatic turn. Thrust into a world of shadow and deception, she joins a dangerous quest to cure Blunder of the dark magic infecting it. Except the highwayman just so happens to be the king's own nephew, captain of the most dangerous men in Blunder, and guilty of high treason. So this is a book that is on my 25 in 2025. So I'm really excited about this. And I think my hold on Libby just came in. So I might also have the audiobook for this one very, 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 very soon.
Okay, my final roll. Let's see what we can get. Two twos, two fives, and a three. So I don't think I have that on the board. Two twos. I think I'm gonna keep the twos just because over here we have recent purchase. If I could get even just one more two, that would be great. So let's keep the twos, and we did get another two. Went off the board again. This is a six, and this is a one. And I'm going to stop it there, and we're going to go with most recent purchase.
Okay, most recent purchase. I love this. So, okay, here's the problem with this one though, because technically my most recent purchase is Onyx Storm. Um, but it is currently January 25th at the time of filming this. This book did release this week, and I am hoping to start reading it after my current read, after I finish. So if I end up reading this before February, I will just, instead of reading Onyx Storm in the month of February, I will read Wild Love by Elsie Silver, because this is, after Onyx Storm, this is my most recent purchase. So if I've already read this, I'll just read this. So, Onyx Storm, if you don't know, is the most recent release. It is the third book in a wild fantasy. It's a fantasy romance, and it takes place at a military college. Book one is Fourth Wing, book two is Iron Flame, and now we're in book three, which is Onyx Storm. So Violet is her mother has basically forced her to become a dragon rider, and being a dragon rider is very, very dangerous. And Violet is very small, very petite, and riding a dragon is really dangerous for anybody, but even more so for Violet. So she has to go to Besgayeth, which is the military college. And instead of being a scribe like Violet wants, like I said, her mother forces her to be a dragon rider. And yeah, everything that happens after that is just a wild ride. And I cannot wait to get into Onyx Storm. I'm going to be a little bit honest. This is my most anticipated release. I am both excited, fearful, and I'll add one more. I know I said both, but I'm also very anxious. Like, I want to read it, but I don't want to read it. If you know, you know. So, I'm going to read Onyx Storm. If I get this read before February, like I said, I will read Wild Love by Elsie Silver. Now, Elsie Silver, I don't know. Okay, so when I read her first book, oh my gosh, what was it called? Let me look it up. Flawless. When I read Flawless, I ended up giving that 2 stars. I did not enjoy that. I honestly, it kind of put me off on reading anything Elsie Silver. But then, like late in 2024, like November, December, I decided to read Heartless. And I ended up giving that one 4 stars. I had a good time with that one. So I think, I don't know. I'm weary of reading Elsie Silver because I just don't know. So I'm both excited but trepidatious. Is that the right word? I'm scared to read this at the same time. So she's been driving him wild for years. The good kind of wild, the bad kind of wild, but mostly the kind of wild that comes with wanting your best friend's little sister and knowing you can't have her. So Forbes may have labeled Ford Grant the world's hottest billionaire, but all he cares about is escaping the press and opening a recording studio in gorgeous small town Rose Hill. Something that comes to a screeching halt when he ends up face to face with a young girl who claims he's her biological father. Now, he spends his days balancing business with parenting a sullen 12-year-old, all while trying desperately to keep his hands the hell off his best friend's sister, Rosie Belmont. After living in the city, Rosie came blasting back into town like a storm, beautiful, messy, and chaotic, and one wide eyed, desperate plea for a job is all it takes for Ford to hire her. He vows to keep her at arm's length, tries to stick to scowls and grumpy one liners, but with her, verbal sparring is the type of foreplay, friction that soon turns to blistering heat. Ford knows damn well he shouldn't cross this line, but shouldn't and can't are two very different things. And the only thing he truly can't do is resist her. Yeah, I'm excited. So, depending on how this next week goes, one of these books will be on my TBR. Okay, I have a couple books that I did not get to fit onto my TBR that I need to read. The first one is a buddy read that I am doing with a big group of people on Instagram. We are reading the entire Harry Potter series. A lot of us are rereading. Some people are reading for the first time, so it's a lot of fun. In January, we read The Philosopher's Stone, and in February we are going to read book 2, which is The Chamber of Secrets. It is a reread for me, so I am super excited to continue. It has been a little bit since I've done a reread. I do own the physical copy, but it is up in my library and I don't feel like going to get it. So yeah, so that is one book that I have to add to my TBR. Another book that I have to add to my TBR is my book club pick, which is Mary Jane by Jessica Anya Bayou. Pardon, I'm not sure how to say the last name. But in 1970s Baltimore, 14-year-old Mary Jane loves cooking with her mother, singing in her church choir, and enjoying her family's subscription to the Broadway show tunes of the month record club. Shy, quiet, and bookish, she's glad when she lands a summer job as a nanny for the daughter of a local doctor, a respectable job, Mary Jane's mother says, in a respectable house. The house may look respectable on the outside, but inside, it's a literal and figurative mess, clutter on every surface. Impeachment. Now more than ever, impeachment, now more than ever, bumper stickers on the doors, cereal and takeout for dinner, and even more troublesome, where Mary Jane's mother to know, which she does not. The doctor is a psychiatrist who has cleared his summer for one important job, helping a famous rock star stay dry. Helping a famous rock star dry out. A week after Mary Jane starts, the rock star and his movie star wife move in. Over the course of the summer, Mary Jane introduces her new household to crisply ironed clothes and a family dinner schedule, and has a front row seat to a liberal world of sex, drugs, and rock and roll, not to mention group therapy. Caught between the lifestyle she's always known and the future she's only just realized is possible, Mary Jane will arrive at September with a new idea of what she wants out of life and what kind of person she's going to be. So, this is kind of like a coming of age story. Honestly, you know what? I should have put this as my other genre, but my book pick for other genre instead of the Legos wife. But it is what it is. Books have already been selected. So Mary Jane is my book club pick. And I do want to read The Legos Wife, and it is a good time to read it since it is Black History Month. I mean, I could read it any time in the year, but this is a good time to read it. And I have a couple other books that I would love to read in February, but if I don't get to them, um, I won't be too upset. So the first one is Ace of Spades by Farida Abika Iyemidia. I hope I said that right. I probably butchered it because I was getting help from my phone with the pronunciation. I apologize. I did my best. So Ace of Spades, I've heard great things about. So this is a YA, so young adult thriller. It's also got LGBTQIA plus rep in there. Excuse me. It says when two Nivus Private Academy students, Devin Richards and Shamika Adebayo, are selected to be part of the elite school's senior prefects, it looks like their year is off to an amazing start. After all, not only does it look great on college applications, but it officially puts them in the running for valedictorian too. Shortly after the announcement is made, though, someone who goes by Aces begins sending anonymous text messages to reveal secrets about the two of them that turn their lives upside down and threaten every aspect of their carefully planned futures. As Aces shows no sign of stopping, what seemed like a sick prank quickly turns into a dangerous game. With all the cards stacked against them, can Devin and Jamaica stop Aces before things become incredibly deadly? And it's won several awards. So I'm super excited about this one. This one also is on my 25 and 2025. So I really want to get to this in February. But again, if I don't, I will definitely be reading it sometime this year. So, and then my last one that I really want to get to is on Kindle Unlimited. And that is Curvy Girl Summer. And it is by Daniela Allen. And this cover just is so cute and so sexy. So, I love a curvy girl romance, being a curvy girl myself. Um, but I also love that we have all the representation. So it says Bridget Jones' Diary meets Survival of the Thickest in Danielle Allen's Curvy Girl Summer, a smoking hot, hilarious novel about the perils of online dating. Aaliyah is determined to celebrate her 30th birthday with a boyfriend, and after a failed blind date, the local bartender, Ahmad, suggests she joins a dating app filled with lies, catfish, and fetishizing. The wild world of online dating makes Aaliyah think she's in over her head, and she is. But with her two best friends and a protective bartender by her side, what could go wrong? Everything. Everything could go wrong. And that's the problem because as Aaliyah is set on finding exactly what she's looking for, she ends up finding something she never expects. I am so excited about this because myself being in my 30s, and I hate online dating, the perils of online dating. I hate it. So I'm really excited to read those books. So here's my stack of books before we add possibly Wild Love and Ace of Spades. And then, of course, we have Mary Jane and Curvy Girl Summer and the Harry Potter book two. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 books. That's doable. Honestly, that's doable. When my average is between 12 and 15, this is doable. So I'm super excited. So thank you so much for sticking around. If you stuck around for this long, don't forget to like the video if you liked it and subscribe if you want to. And if you want to leave me a comment just letting me know that you are here, leave me a card emoji, like a deck card, like hopefully that's one of the emoji options. And I will see you next time. Bye.